Hey guys, I got an awesome workout in today and I wanted to share what my favorite worship songs are that inspire me while I'm working out. I listen to worship while I'm working out a lot of the time because there's nothing that puts me in a better mood and reminds me of just to be grateful and to be humble than listening to worship music. And so here's some of my favorites. Before I start, one thing about my channel is that I noticed when I started posting shorts about biblical truths and the Bible verses that inspire me to work out and work hard, I actually saw my subscribers like double. So if you are one of those people that is a Christian and started following me because you saw my shorts, because you enjoyed that type of content, then this video is for you because I decided that I'd start sharing a little bit more about my faith as an athlete. So I hope you guys enjoy this. The first one is Sing Wherever I Go by We the Kingdom. This song is just so upbeat, so happy. It totally puts me in a good mood, so I know it'll do the same for you. It talks about how God has been good and good to your soul, and so they just want to like sing at the top of their lungs because God is so good. And so I can't think of like a better song or lyrics that could just get me ready to work out. So that's the first one. The next one I actually walked out to at my last fight a few months ago, and so I definitely have an emotional attachment to this one, and I think it is so good, and it is called Let My Heart Dance by Dante Bowe. This song is so inspiring because it talks about the freedom that he got through Christ and how with Christ's freedom his heart was free to dance, chains broken, all of those things. I absolutely love Dante Bowe. He's a personal favorite of mine, and so Let My Heart Dance, amazing song, and it has a great beat, a little bit of like a R&B hip-hoppy feel too, so I hope you like that one as well. The next one is also by Dante Bowe, and it is called Nail Scarred Hands. This is such a reminder of just what Christ did for us, who we are in Christ, the fact that we are redeemed through his nail-scarred hands and who he is. And this one's also about freedom, so maybe that's kind of like a theme with Dante Bowe or songs that I like, but Nail-Scarred Hands is a little bit more like intense but also very upbeat. That's a really good one to work out too, especially if you're feeling a little down and low and you need that reminder that we have to work hard for God, work hard for Christ. Nail-Scarred Hands is an unreal song. The next one you probably have not heard of because this guy isn't super popular, but it's like a super good song, has a really good beat. It's called Amazing Grace by Fenton, but it's the HGHTS remix. This song is so good. It has like a great beat. I don't think it's the original one because it's some kind of weird remix, but there's something about it that just gets me going, and it's probably one of those songs that's like very good and upbeat and really fast, and so it's good for cardio. Love that song. The next one I think is pretty new because I just heard this song last week. It's called Living Proof by Apollo Ltd. This song is so good. It talks about how our lives are living proof of God's love. And that is honestly, that's how I feel when I do sports and when I do MMA, because I feel like just the grace and the freedom that God has given me to do what I love is totally living proof of what he's done in my life. And so Living Proof, another great, super inspiring song to listen to when you're working out or just doing anything that you feel that you were meant to do. The next one is called Turning My Heart by The Young Escape. This song is so good, and I think there's one lyric that just like really gets me, and it talks about how they didn't want to used to be a Jesus freak. Like they didn't want other people to know like how much they love Christ or like who they were, and that one lyric always gets me in my heart, and again just reminds me why I do what I do and how important it is to be ourselves. And this one pumps me up because it also has like a super great beat. It's kind of like pop music too. That's an awesome song as well. Okay, so the next one is by one of my favorite bands, Old Church Basement by Maverick City Music. I really like Maverick City Music, and so this one is probably, it starts off a little bit slower, but I promise by the time you actually get to the chorus, you will love this song too. It talks about how their faith and like that feeling of just being in like an old church basement, like nothing fancy, no lights or anything, how that feeling is just like so good. And it actually reminds me of how in college we would have Sunday night worship sessions at some of our just worship leaders' homes, and it was just like all these people gathered in this room singing, and I just get goosebumps even thinking about it, because we didn't have any fancy equipment, microphones, none of that, just worshiping God. And that's kind of what this song embodies, and Maverick City Music does it so well. Next is called Worship You There by The Young Escape. So same band that sang Turning My Heart, a song that I talked about earlier in this video. And Worship You There says, like, even on my worst days, I will worship you there. It just totally reminds me that no matter what is going on, how bad that workout feels that day, I just can worship God through that. And I really believe that we can worship God through our hard work and just through what we do, you know, whether it's working out or training for our sport. And so Worship You There is a great song as well. Next one is called Champion by Dante Bowe. So another Dante Bowe song. Who wouldn't want to listen to a song called Champion when they're working out? Like, it's so good, super inspiring. And he talks about in this song how God is his champion, how he is undefeated, how giants fall at his feet, and totally like just reminds me of how I don't have to be scared, I don't have to be afraid as long as I'm with God. The last one is called Plans by Rend Collective, and this one has a very special place in my heart because before my first fight, this song came on the headphones as I was getting my hands wrapped before my fight, and the lyrics are, God had plans for me, plans greater than my wildest dreams. And in that moment, it reminded me that God had all these plans for me to compete and try a new sport and just totally fall in love with something new. And I would have never known because his plans are so much greater than my wildest dreams. And so I really like this song, but I think it's inspiring for anyone because it just reminds us that we're exactly where we're supposed to be, doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing, whether we know it or not. God has amazing plans. And so this is a super inspiring song, and I would totally encourage you to check it out and listen to it while you're working out. I hope you like it too. I hope you liked all of these songs, and like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, it's really fun to share about my faith and who I am as a Christian because it's such a huge part of my life. And so again, if you are one of those people that subscribed for that reason because you saw some of my shorts, I just think that's awesome, and I'm so glad you guys are following on this journey too. And I hope that you get a chance to listen to some of these songs and let me know what you think. Pop comments below, like this video, share it with your friends, and I will see you guys next time.